All right, so the United Airlines story. I know everybody is aware of this poor man.
Oh, this is a good one.
Yeah. Well, this passenger, what's his name here? He was dragged on the United Airlines flight 3411 Sunday, April 9th. Now, United Airlines is saying that they had overbooked. Well, if you hadn't seen the video by now, you can do so on the internet because it's plastered all over the place, showing the aviator police officers dragging this poor man down the aisle of flight 3411, ejecting him from the plane against his will. There's also footage of the man saying, that he, just kill me. He just seemed like he's just crazy at this point, mumbling, just kill me. I have to go home and things of that nature. But this passenger who I'm talking about, his name is Dr. David Dow. He's a 69-year-old Vietnamese American doctor. And guess what? Dr. Davis, he lawyered up. Okay, which he should. He should definitely lawyer up. So he has an attorney, and his attorney, Thomas Demetrio, has passed he had a conference Thursday, April 13th. I don't know why I'm messing up here. I'm choking on my words.
It's the natural hair. No, I'm joking.
Let me start over. Okay, so his attorney, Thomas Demetrio, held a press conference Thursday, April 13th, right? He said that his client suffered significant concussion, a broken nose. He lost 2 of his front teeth.
Oh, gosh.
He needs construction surgery, and his client has, quote unquote, absolutely zippo memory of what happened. And now the attorney, Thomas Demetrio, is also saying that it's not a matter of United Airlines being overbooked, but it's a matter of Dr. Dow, a paying customer, being removed from United Airlines so United Airlines can put their employees on so that their employees can get to work the following day in a timely manner. Okay? The nerve of them. What?
No, the thing that pisses me off about this story is that they didn't overbook the flight. What it was is that you didn't make sure you had seats for your own employees so they can get to work wherever they needed to go for their flight. So, therefore, why are you penalizing your paying customers? You're dragging someone off the plane to get one of your non-paying workers to get to work. That doesn't make sense to me at all.
So let's back up a little bit. All right. So the video that I saw,
what you saw,
you only get they only bring you into the part where he's being pulled from the chair and then dragged down the aisle. The beginning portion of that, where he got his nose broken and the concussion and all that other stuff, we didn't see that on the videotape. So they had to actually start beating him up in the chair before they actually dragged him.
Actually, there's 2 parts. So the first part is them taking him out of the chair, dragging him down the aisle, and they escorted him off the plane. The second video is him somehow getting back on the plane, running, to the back of the plane or whatever, because he wanted to stay in, and that's when you see him kind of bloodied and everything like that. That's like the second incident that occurred.
Now, in this situation, if any of the ladies know, what is the actual procedure for taking somebody off the plane?
Well, it shouldn't be done violently, that's for sure.
Okay.
Now, how people are selected is really unknown. But if you...
Is it random? It's not random?
It is kind of random, but what they do is they look at who paid the most, who uses their airline the most, what type of connecting flights do you have, things like that they take into consideration. And if if it's going to be difficult for them to connect you to your next flight, or if you are a high-paying customer, then you're kind of sort of good, sort of.
So I'm also hearing that United Airlines presented to all of the passengers on the plane.
Yes.
$400
so they didn't have to pay for the entire round trip flight or whatever if they signed an agreement that they wouldn't sue.
Yes. CNN did say that they obtained an email later stating that they did not have to pay, that they would pay all of the customers on flight 3411 Sunday, April 9th, if they say that, they will not sue. But, going back to the passenger on the plane, there were other passengers sitting near Dr. Dow, and they said Dr. Dow was not belligerent. He wasn't misbehaving. He was very empathetic to the situation. And he and his wife both said, you know what, okay, we'll take a later flight. But when they found out that the later flight was not leaving until Monday morning, that's when they said, they recanted the whole thing, saying that no, we have patience. We have to leave. We need to be on that flight. And they continued to say no. But it wasn't until the second officer showed up demanding that they get off, or he gets off rather, that's when he became a little, irritated.
I wish I was on that plane. Well, I really wish I was on that plane because I would have stumbled in front of the officers. I would have got a concussion. I would have provoked them so they could smack me. I would have did something.
But then it wouldn't have been a big story because that's just what,
It would have been a bigger story because I'm Ray DeJean. What are you talking about?
You would have had a soul plane.
It would have been a super story.
You would have had a soul plane.
I would have seen, black people, I would have found an opportunity to make some cash.
Okay.
Janice got that soul glow.
That's a horrible thing, though, to have to be in a situation like that to win your millions, to receive your millions. This man, he went through a whole lot.
All right, well, ask me
All right.
if the whole thing was done over again. If it's possible, if I would have went through knowing what happened to the guy, ask me if I would voluntarily go through that.
I got it. Okay, so Ray, if you on that flight,
855-718-1039, 855-718-1039. I can deal with a concussion. I can deal with a broken nose. I can deal with all this stuff. I can deal with taking another flight on Monday. I don't care how many patients, how many radio shows, how many comedy shows I got to do. I would have went through that because this guy's going to be paid.
Yeah, he's going to be
in full.
But check this out. Think about this. If you are a passenger on a flight and the airline say to you, well, we're going to give you $500 if you take the next flight. $500 may not be enough money. If I'm taking my vacation, I'm going someplace, let's say Dominican Republic, and I'm paid thousands of dollars. $500 is not going to do it for me. You're going to need to compensate me. How about paying for that week that I'm going to miss out?
No, 500. No. I want the lawsuit.
Yep.
I want a lawsuit.
And
I'm bringing in the Johnny Conquin firm.
And it's the lawyers
and everything.
Listen, I'm bringing Johnny Conquin back. I'm telling you right now, I want a lawsuit. That's what I want.
Yeah,
How many listeners agree with me?
Oh, God.
855-718-1039, 855-718-1039. I can go through that little bit of pain and suffering. You know how much pain and suffering I went through without money in the hood? Are you kidding me? A little broken nose. Come on. I use Dristan nasal spray to breathe for the next 7 months, and I'm good.
I would not want to go through the heartache, but you know what? If I had to, I surely hope that I had his lawyer because Demetrio is looking to get this dude paid in full.
Sure, I wish I was a lawyer so I could be his lawyer.